So, welcome everybody, and Titanus has already died. Oh dear. It's facing the wrong way. The pro. Anyway, welcome everybody, we've got 18 here today for the SLR T... It's not a T, is it? I don't know where I'm going. Community race for... Come on Nathan. Baku. Basically the season's ended. So we're just going to do a series of races to finish off the game really, and get back in the league racing scene on F1 2018. So hopefully we can get a good race. We've already had someone crash, so that's a good start. I'm not expecting a good race, but I'm expecting lots of drama due to the tight nature of the circuit. Obviously Baku is notorious for its close proximities of the walls, especially this section here, the castle section, where the walls basically attack you and you've got to attack the walls at the same time, otherwise you end up going to die. But if you go too hard, you're going to be in a bit of trouble. As we'll go on board with Frandy. I think he's on board for his first flying lap. And the Ferrari, as he comes around now to final corner, he's banking on crashing actually, so he'll be hoping not to do that. Just someone to keep an eye out for is Ben Gallagher. He's been practicing quite a lot for this race, so maybe he can show some form. The T3 driver of last season showed some decent form at the back end of last season. I think Frandy's actually starting a lot rather than ending it, so we'll stay on board with him. Unless he invalidated it. We'll see if rear wheelman doesn't do a lap either. Grieve is in some traffic. Mart in the Sauber. Hello Elno comes into the pits. It's taking the time, guys. We haven't got time on the board, or have we? I'm just going to make sure this isn't... No, we haven't got time on the board yet with 6 minutes left. So, the better hurry up, really. I mean, we're halfway through the session, no times yet. It's quite weird to see. We'll see if Tatey can set the first time. Unless it's just me. Tatey comes now to cross the line. And he crosses the line, and obviously he'll go P1, hope. Is it me, or is the timings either not working or something? Because I'm pretty sure someone's done a lap. St. Johnston. Surely. He comes into the pits as well. We're going to start from the back, hopefully to get to the front, as Mart has binned it, I reckon. Well, I saw his front wing and it's reappeared, but he's out of the session. But nobody's got a lap yet. Frandy's run out of fuel. And I don't know why nobody's got a lap yet. And it's confusing me, to be honest. Are we going to get no laps in qualifying? I think my times have glitched as well. Oh, so my spectator times have been fucked up. As Jack Please Show leaves the session, I think he'll be back soon. So, this is a pretty pointless qualifying session as I can't actually see any times. I've got a couple of DSQ, I've got DSQ for parked in a dangerous location. I'm presuming that was Titanos, possibly. Jack rejoins. Rotards is a provisional pole. 41.5. Well, we're not going to see where anyone starts because my game is so bad. As Mr. Aldo retires, as we are getting some times on the board. Oh my god, we've got John Hocking with a 21.8. Don't know if that's right, but he's on my provisional poll list. Try and answer Blackie there as rear wheelman comes across the line and we don't get a time from him, so the only times we know is John Hopkins done a 0.8. You can say lol all you like, Black November, but when you want to sign up for a race after it started, you're not going to get that. But we're not getting any times as Franley's on an outlap. Don't really know what to commentate on, to be honest. Apparently Rotards has done the Rotards times appeared now. I think when people retire their times come up, because we've got Rotards, we've got John Hocking and we've got Mr. Aldo and they're all retired. So if people can retire, then we'll start getting times on the board. Also, no, my phone. I'm having a right old argument. You did a 41.1. Not on my screen, you haven't. I'm Oh, we've got Frandy on pole. So we've got some times on the board. We've got St Johnston on pole. Well, tell Black November to shut up and leave the session. I'm having an argument. But according to St Johnston's on pole, just from Frandy. I don't know if these are the real times. Seriously. Anyway, this should be the end of qualifying now. Yeah, I can't even see the times. But we do have the times now. We have St Johnston on pole, and I talked about Ben Gallagher only being half a second off. So, Hello Elno's up there as well. It's quite a mixture. John Hocking, Jack, Alfred Jensen with some weird things. Monaco next week, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's the grid. And apparently Jack has a default setup, which isn't a good sign. But anyway, we have our grid. St Johnstone for the T3 drivers nicked it away from Frandy. Rotard in third. Ben Gallagher is in fourth. Elno fifth. John in sixth. Jack seventh. Alfie eighth. Griever ninth. Rear Wheelman in 10th. MEFC 11th. Tatey is in 12th. And Mr. Ardo is 13th. Mustang is in 14th. Mart is in 15th. Chopper 16th. Titanus 17th. And Jack, please shut up, is starting dead last. I'm expecting contact between Rotard and Frandy before turn 1 happens. I'm not gonna lie. I've read your mind. But someone has to challenge St Johnstone, otherwise he's going to run away with it. And I take 3 drivers to run away with it ahead of T1 drivers is a little bit embarrassing. Ben Gallagher's been disqualified. Hallowell now decided to turn up for his first race. He was meant to turn the last 2, I think he was, and he wasn't here for some reason or other, I don't know. But he's here today. You've crashed into front, hadn't you? You're gonna get a rage message now, you do realise that? If you don't, that is an embarrassment on Frandy's part, because every time I do it I get a rage message. Just waiting for everyone to line up. We don't want to be starting with Jack, not gonna lie. There's we're going to 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go, and it looks like it's a good start from St Johnstone with Frandy getting away, and as he dive bombed into turn 1 I think, and there's contact. I think that's Rotard's round. If we can get an actual good view, there's a bit of lag there. MEFC's up into 5th place already with John Hocking in 4th, or is he? I'm not sure. But Frandy's in Ben Gallagher is in 2nd place. Go on, Ben Gallagher. I told you to watch out for him, and he's managed to get it all the way up into 2nd ahead of Frandy. His MUFC has binned it. Oh, and it's killed to Titanas. It didn't ghost. So that's Titanas going as well. When St Johnston gets away on the lead with Ben Gallagher in 2nd, gets away cleanly as well. John Hocking 4th, should I say. Alfie is in 5th. Griever 6th. That is terrible, Griever, as Elno is looking at him. Mustang is all the way up into 8th already. I think Jack Please Shutup's been caught up in all this, possibly. No, he's still alive and well. But he's obviously got that default set up, and he's looking at F1 Mustang. Is not F1 Mustang, Real Wheelman as Mark had to get out of that one very quickly as F1 Mustang has crashed, and Mark with an opportunistic move gets past Jack again, and Mr. Aldo is behind Jack, and Mark with that half front wing that he got from crashing into the back of, I think it was F1 Mustang, who has literally no front wing now. Oh, and that was nearly him out of the race. Has managed to survive, but Jack's made some good progress as Hello Elno jumps into the pits. Aldo will be happy to survive. But yeah, Ben Gallagher has been overtaken by Frandy, who will be looking to charge up to St Johnston. Obviously the only person really to challenge him. Are you blaming Frandy for that? Because I think oh yeah, I would blame Frandy for that, actually, to be fair. He got all that shit. I was trying to think who got out of shape into turn 1 and went deep. It was Frandy, actually. Sorry Frandy, I don't like blaming you 24/7 a day, but gotta say, without looking at a replay, first impressions as Mart is out of the race. I think he's just called it a day. So Elno's got past him, and Jack is up into 8th already. So he's on the move. As Frandy is looking at St Johnstone after his calamitous bit of a start where he lost positions to Ben Gallagher, who made quite a good move, it seems, to get from that 4th to 2nd. And now he's looking at St Johnston, and it looks like with a bit of slipstream, he's going to get him. Knowing Frandy, he'll go for an opportunistic dive bomb. I mean, maybe not. Maybe he's just going to give him the position. Or St Johnston's going to go around the outside. Is that Frandy locks up, pushes St Johnston wide, and that's Frandy into the lead this race. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but we've got Jack looking at Jack. Two Jacks. It looks like Jack Please Shut Up is a little bit quicker than Jack, even though Jack Please Shut Up's on the soft tyre. Well, everyone else is on the supers, so Jack Please Shut Up's in a half decent position. The F1 guy. Can you remind me who you are, because I forgot? It rings a bell as Alfie Jensen is in the wall and looking the wrong way, and if he doesn't hurry up he'll probably get disqualified. He's trying to do a 3-point turn, we'll get off that embarrassing thing. He's on board with St Johnston, who's going to be looking at Frandy fairly shortly. As these two seem to resume battle. It seems to be the slipstream effect. There's now St Johnston with a little bit of DRS, possibly. No, not this lap. I think it's next lap. It's going to be, or is it this lap? It is this lap. As I don't know anything, it seems. He's closing, he's closing, he's closing, he's closing, but he won't close quick enough. And on his second DRS straight, he should have half a chance. Oh, the F1 guy is Titanas. Okay. Yeah, it was just the light cars. Grievous into the pits. Half front wing, I think. As Chuppa Thing is looking at Mr. at Tate, who runs deep. Oh, and that nearly was a disaster for Chuppa. But he just about keeps it out of the walls as Tate nearly hits the wall. But Mr. Aldo up in 7th as Jack is looking at 6th place. And John Hawkins actually got ahead of Ben Gallagher into 3rd now. And it seems that St Johnston didn't get past Frandy, as Alpha Jensen has now made his way back to the pit lane. That promotes F1 Mustang on soft tyres. His road tards are still going on. I'm quite surprised at that. We've got 3 out so far. As Chuppa Thing is looking at Tate again, this time down the inside. Will he outbrake himself? Ooh, Tate nearly turned into the rear wheel of Chuppa. But they get away with it. As we're going to resume the battle between Jack and Jack. And Jack Please Shut Up needs to make his move, so he can start closing in on the leaders, because they're around 10 seconds off the lead. Well, actually it's more than that. More like 12. Just waiting for it to happen. Now Jack Please Shut Up on Jack. With a bit of DRS should do the trick. Will Jack go defensive? No. I think he's accepting his fate as Jack Please Shut Up strikes it down the inside, pushes Jack a little bit wide, but that's all part of the overtaking process at that corner, and that promotes him into 5th place. And since he started last, I think he's made the most positions. Fastest lap, or 108.5. I mean, what are these corner cutting hacks? Why is everyone's lap times, except for Jack, like 110, 108? Oh dear. It's 14 seconds off the lead already. Yeah, but he's made his 13 positions up. Chuppa Thing has made 8, Aldo's made 6, John Hawkins made 3, And everyone down to 10th has made a stop. We've got mediums for Alfie Jensen and Reaver as they try and go to the end. As Jack hooks up a little bit there. Is there any close on-track battles? It looks like Chupper Thingy is now looking at Aldo. He's making some moves, this Chupper. He seems to be on the move. Is the Italian? The Italian stallion is looking at the Scottish sausage. I don't know. Scotch broth. I don't know if that's Scottish. That's just something that came to mind. But Chupper is now going to make the move. Seems Aldo doesn't make it too difficult. I think he's rather accepted Chupper's a little bit quicker at this point. And the Renault driver has got past. Fairly easy move for him. And I think now Jack is going to try and close down Ben Gallagher, and that'll happen later on in the race, I reckon. There's St Johnson starting to drop back from Frandy, who seems to be putting the boosters on, and we'll watch him through the castle section this time as he doesn't bin it. I was kind of hoping he would, as St Johnson was a lot more aggressive than Frandy, but it was a bit worse on the exit. Now about the same. Okay. That's what it looked like for me. It's Ben Gallagher is getting a bit closer to John Hocking again. And Ben's doing a really nice job. If he can get a podium, that would do him a lot of good. But Jack, please shut up, is closing quite a lot. As we have a battle for 13th place between F1 Mustang and Rear Wheelman. We'll give these two some camera time as F1 Mustang looks to size Rear Wheelman up. See, F1 Mustang raced in Tier 1 for a little bit, and Rear Wheelman started to get into Tier 2 a little bit. We'll see how that goes for next season. We're not sure how the tiers will line up, but Mustang for now is trying to make his move on Rear Wheelman. That would be very optimistic. But he's basically pushing Rear Wheelman through the corner, and on the exit is tons better than Rear Wheelman, unfortunately for him. And with a bit of DRS, Rear Wheelman could look at F1 Mustang again. As Rotard and Tate are in the pits, as Rotard gets a 5-second stop and go. But here comes Rear Wheelman on F1 Mustang. This will be quite an optimistic move as he decides not to go for this, and understandably so. As Rotard changes his front wing, Tate gets away just behind him. Closest battle on track is between them two, and the only other battle we've got is Tate, who's just come out ahead of Alfie Jensen. A bit of lag there. And will Alfie go for the move? That's an optimistic move. Tate saw it coming, or did he? They've been squeezed into the wall, and Tate's lost Alpha's front wing, and you've got to say Alfie Jensen, that was a optimistic move at best. Borderline stupid, really. I mean, yeah, you're carrying the extra speed, but patience. I spoke about this in the BSR race yesterday. Patience on moves. Always like be patient with it, because you're clearly faster than him, so why go for it? For a dangerous move. As St Johnston and Ben Gallagher in the pits. Don't know if St Johnston may have lost a front wing or something. I don't know. But that allows Jack and Jack to get through, and Mr. Aldo is going to split these two, I think. And he does. So Ben Gallagher's just come out behind Aldo, and he'll be hoping to make that move as quick as he can, because obviously on the undercut he is. He'll be trying to catch John Hocking, and I'm surprised how close Ben is behind St Johnston as Ben makes that move down the inside. He doesn't get it stopped and he's lost half front wing, and that any advantage he did have, he doesn't have anymore. A mistake that didn't really need to happen for Ben Gallagher, and that is thrown him. And he'll have to pit again, surely, with this track the way it is. And that's Ben Gallagher's race out the window, and that will promote Jack Blanchard up onto the podium in his pursuit of John Hocking. And if he can put some decent laps in, he'll come out ahead of St Johnstone as well. So second is definitely on the cards for Jack at this point, because we've got a battle between Ben Gallagher and Aldo possibly. We'll see if Ben Gallagher pits. That'd be interesting to see. As you notice, see Aldo using second gear for there, and from my experience, which isn't a lot around this track I must admit, it's easily third. Mind you, on F1 2016 I used to drive this track a lot. There's Jack, normal Jack is into the pit, T3 Jack. As Ben Gallagher stays out. And we'll see where Jack comes out in all this. Behind Aldo, will it be ahead of Elmo? It doesn't look like. I think Elmo's going to jump him. Only temporarily though. So no worries for Jack. The long game will pay out for him if he doesn't lose his front wing. As Elmo's got no front wing himself really. And in sector 1 we have a bit of a ding dong. And it's F1 Mustang going for a spin. It seems I'll go in deep. As Mr. Aldo is closing in on Ben Gallagher. See, Aldo yet to pit, but Ben, see, losing off front wing has proven tragic for him. Because he's already lost 7 seconds to St Johnston. Well, about 4 to be fair, not 7. That was a bit of an exaggeration. As F1 Mustang has called it, well, it's actually crashed. I think he has actually called it a day. Ben Gallagher gets a penalty, and F1. Oh, Ben Gallagher hits the wall hard, and surely he'll have to pit now. As Mr. Aldo's done down the inside. I spoke about patience, and that corner is not a place you'd associate with overtaking, but I don't know the circumstances behind that, as Ben Gallagher's looking for it again as he has to lift off, and surely you have to pit now. And it looks so promising for Ben, but losing our front wing has cost him, and cost him dearly. And so what's happened to Tatey? Because he's 58 seconds off the next car, and Ben Gallagher does pit as well as Hello Elmo. So these two are having a bit of a pit stop, not challenge, but a pit stop duel. As we have Ben Gallagher away and Elmo. So Ben Gallagher's easily got that one, it seems. And here will come out in 11th. It looks so promising for him, as even Rotard has got ahead of him, and he's had a disaster of a race as he closed on down on rear wheel man, should I say, as Griever, and I think that's his race done, unless he can get back on track. I think rear, I don't know what Griever's doing here. Is he waiting to get disqualified? No, he's waiting for the track to clear, I think. With Griever turns it around and is now in 13th. As we've got Ben Gallagher and Elmo's got past Ben Gallagher's lost our front wing again, and Frandy and John Hocking are in the pits. Frandy clearly ahead of John. And Jack Please Shut Up takes the lead of the race. He's gone last to first so far this race. Frandy has gone super soft. So as Ben Gallagher has retired from the race. I don't know if he's binned it. He has binned it. So Frandy's 2 stopping, whereas Jack is 1 stopping. So that's Frandy just thrown the race wide open, because Jack Bishop can still win this, no, last to first with default setup and everything. I mean, that would be some drive by him. I mean, the only other drive I would probably put up there was Technica in well, last season just gone in Bahrain. His only race win of last season, where he went last to first and destroyed the field. He beat some AOR guys as well, which is pretty brilliant. His Grieve has retired as well. Obviously there's lots of retirement. This is Baku, not Bahrain, and you know, it's easy to crash here, but you've got to hold your bottle, and so far Jack's doing that as he's 8 seconds into the lead. Because Alfred Jensen's got past Real Wheelman. Rotard is now in 8th, but only the 17 seconds behind Jack. Mr. Aldo is in 6th. John Hocking is looking at St. Johnstone. So John Hocking's really on a tear at the minute. St. Johnstone doesn't look like he's got the race pace to keep up with these front guys, but the straight line speed is coming to St. Johnstone. He's struggling. St. Johnstone's actually not far away from Chuppa Thingy either, who's yet to pit, and he'll probably go supers. But Frandy going super soft, so I don't know if that's a mistake. Because he started on the super soft. Wouldn't you go super soft to the end? As Mr. Aldo comes into the pits. We'll have a look in the dash. Oh, nice. Oh no. I've got the tyre glitch. Oh dear. So Frandy is actually on the soft tyre. Right. Okay. I was lying as Tatey bins it, and I'll hold Frandy up a little bit. So he's still winning the race. I've just got a tyre glitch. I was Tatey bins it at the castle station. That's awkward for anyone coming through, but especially these three who've got a bit of a ding dong. There's Chuppa still on them soft tyres. Will probably go about 15 laps or so. There's Real Wheelman pits and gets a 5 second stop and go. And now, will either of these be able to get their prey? I wonder. As John Hocking's definitely not close enough, but will St. Johnstone be able to get onto the podium ahead of Chuppa Thingy, who's still yet to pit, but it's still a bit of a ding dong. It's Hello Elno is getting close to Mr. Aldo. We're going to keep an eye on this battle though for now, as St. Johnstone tries to go around the outside on the medium tyres. It didn't work for him this time. Will he try into the next corner with a little bit of a switchback? DRS wide open, and down into turn 3 he goes. And Chuppa goes defensive originally, but then St. Johnstone outdoes him down inside again, and St. Johnstone makes that move into 3rd. And Jack will come out just behind St. Johnstone, something like that, on fresh supers, I reckon, end of this race. So maybe he can still win. As now John Hocking has to have the job of overtaking Chuppa Thingy. Who's Mr. Aldo has fell down behind Hello Elno. There's Rotards. I think he's going to call it a day. Is he doing a 3-point turn? I think he just went deep. And Chuppa Thingy is keeping up with St. Johnstone despite the lack of tyre wear. The lack of tyres, should I say. The tyre wear. And will now John Hocking be able to make the move? The T2 champion of last season, not the season just gone, the season before, season 2. Will he be able to make a move on Chopper Thingy, who's an experienced T1 driver for the last 2 seasons, and but his tyres going off. Will he come into the pits? No, he wants a battle. Barreling towards T1, and he's not be able to make the move, but they're keeping up with St Johnston pretty crucially as Chopper locks up. And now is this the opportunity you wanted, but Chopper Thingy's got the DRS and St Johnston, so this is not really what John Hocking wants. So will he try it around the outside possibly? Switchback. Oh, the switchback would have worked just a bit too early. Now around the outside, John Hocking round the outside, which now will turn to the inside and then outside again. So these two trying it as Chopper keeps it down the inside, but John Hocking gets the move in the end, and that gains a lot of time to St Johnston. But John Hocking with an absolute stonker of a move kept it around the outside. I mean, that was fair play to both of them to not putting it in the wall. And now John Hocking has to try and regain his concentration and chase down St Johnston for that podium place. And that will be an indication for Chopper Thingy to pit, I reckon, after that move, as he doesn't have anything to fight for. And if he does pit, he'll come out just behind Jack, so he can fight Jack. As Jack, please shut up, as a 5-second stop and go, so that's the end of his race really, for speeding in the pit lane. And there's Jack coming up behind Chopper Thingy on the fresh super softs. So this battle is about to light up. It's the only battle on track, but it's a pretty decent one. As we're looking at John Hocking now, looking at St Johnston. Maybe he's going to try it again. Will he try it again? Is he going to go for around the outside? He looked, he wanted it. But he didn't manage it, and he's trying around the outside of this corner. He knows that's not going to work. He's going to try and do the switchback. Is he going to try around the outside? Oh, he's going to squeeze. St Johnston loses the back end despite him using traction control. Oh no, that was embarrassing. But John Hocking going for the smallest of gaps and nearly made it work. As now Chopper Thingy is looking at John Hocking, and Jack is looking at these lot as well. Oh dear, what about Jack? He got scared on the brakes. Chopper Thingy loses half a front wing, so that's the end of him. I think, and he will pit this lap now, surely. And Jack will have to make that move pretty quickly as John Hocking is looking at St Johnston again. I don't think he'll get him this time round. As Jack, please shut up, is now looking at Chopper Thingy. And I'm presuming Chopper's coming into it the way he's going so defensive lined. And he is, and Jack's we're quite lucky that he didn't follow him into the pits, because that's quite easily done. And now Jack can chase after these two. And claim that second place. There's John Hocking now. Will he try it around the outside? He's a specialist at this. Will he try it again? He goes late on the brakes. Switch back. Didn't quite work out this time round. But he will have to try and do something fairly shortly, because although Jack, please shut up, will be on him like a pussycat on a mouse. Or a dog on a cat, or something along those lines. As will he try it again? He knows he's tried it before. This time he doesn't try it, as he back out as Jack, please shut up, hits the inside wall and loses front wing, and that's the end of his race, and that's the end of that. So we'll just keep an eye on this battle between St Johnston and John Hocking, as the gap is now 1.3 seconds after that. A little bit of a tap on John's rear, but I know that John will be trying his best. I think John Hocking's actual name is Ben. Believe it or not, it's Ben Hocking, not John, so I don't get that reference, but that's what it says on Twitter. But John Hocking has pulled the move, and if that was in the league, that would be one of the moves of the season. That was unbelievable. I mean, I'm still trying to get over it now. As well, look at Rotards, looking at Chipper Thingy possibly. He's got the pace. So we've only got nearly half the field still going. And this is what Baku can do to you. As John Hocking is starting to close up again on St Johnston, and how many times can he keep doing this without his tyres going to absolutely? And he's got to get this move shortly, because if his tyres will wear a lot more than St Johnston's, but then mediums will be horrible all the way through. But will they come good? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. We've got to wait for this move as John Hocking looks at him, trying to show him in his mirrors. But St Johnston keeps his nerve. There's a bit of lag there. I thought he was going to go for a move, and then the lag comes into play. St Johnston's got a bad... Oh, the lag! And I think that was the lag. As Jack plays up, but we're counting his lucky stars. There's now St Johnston off the pit. There's Jack! Oh, he holds it. And one person who will benefit out of this is Jack, the other Jack, who's got half a front wing himself. I'm pretty sure John Hocking up it. But Jack Play Short has just claimed second place, I think. And Jack, normal Jack, will fly past to claim third. So we've got two Jacks on the podium now. So this has changed around very suddenly because of that incident between John Hocking and St Johnston, and I'm pretty convinced that's lag. And Rotards is now in 5th. So these two will have to make a move on him as well. But with so many only few laps left, as Hello Elno gets past, and the John Hocking's now down in 8th. St Johnston's in 6th. It's a recovery drive now. Chipper Thingy is now in 4th. Jack is in 3rd. Jack is in 2nd, and Frandy, who won this race a very long time ago, is in 1st. Not on super softs, he's on softs. So with 8 laps remaining, the drama is yet to happen. Because my phone is dying, so I'll put it on charge. There we go. Jack Play Short hanging on with half front wing. One person who is in a decent position is Chipper Thingy. And Jack Play Short comes into the pits. So he's come to change his front wing a couple of laps too late, for my opinion. And he's now down into 5th. St Johnston goes into... I've got to get the tyres up. I need to find out what tyres people are on. It's actually on softs. Okay. Okay. Believe it or not, Rotard is looking at a podium. John Hocking is looking at Elmo. So it's all coming alive again. And Jack Plishup's going to be looking at John Hocking soon. As John Hocking looks for it, not quite. And Jack is absolutely flying. John tries it around the outside again. Round has got. Oh! Elmo just, unfortunately, just not leave the room. As he tried it around the outside, it looked like he didn't leave the room. And that's them two out the race, and now we are down to half numbers. We are down to 9. So we've got half the field remaining. And I regret to say we haven't got half the field remaining because Thingy is retired from the session. So we're down to 8. With 6 laps to go, how many will we end up with? I don't know. I'll have an argument later. But yeah, Rotard's dropped back from Chopper after getting front wing damage. And believe it or not, Jack, the Jack, is in second. 43 seconds off of front. And we've got no on-track battles, but Chopper Thingy is looking at Jack, who will be holding on for dear life. And now Chopper is looking at Jack as Jack goes to Narnia. Doesn't lose half front. I think he's already lost half front wing. I think he just let Chopper go rather than fight it. And Rotard is looking at this podium thinking yum yum, get in my belly, and is gonna try and pounce on the misfortune of Jack. Oh! As he nearly retires. Also, Rotard's got half front wing. But with 4 laps to go, this is so unpredictable. People could still crash. I could expect Frandy to still crash, but I think he's taking it steady now. as we're back. Sorry about that, as Rotards is closing in on that podium. Oh there. I nearly died. As Jack please shut up as a 3-second penalty. As Rotards is now looking to make that move on Jack, who loses the car. Chuck it down inside Rotards, go on. Sargent against it. And I know he's listening to the stream. Bless him. Oh, that's aggressive. I thought he put it in the wall. But Rotards now is the inside line, and that's that position gone for Jack. And that podium, that second place, seems very far away now. But of no fault of his own except for that half front wing. And now the keeps falling as St Johnston with a massive amount of lag. He's looking at position. And if I was Jack, I'd just back out of it before he even got going, as he tries it round the outside, puts it in the wall. And that was his own fault, really. And it's tumbling down the other, and I won't be surprised if he ended up 6th in this race. Because St Johnston's looking at Rotards. And Rotards might not be on the podium. And Rotards getting about out of shape there, but St Johnston will never get him in a straight line, or will he? I don't know. Well, I know Rotards runs 1-1 wings at this track, so getting him will be a challenge. But in the corners he'll be pretty bad. There's Jack pits. So Mr. Alder might have half a chance of getting him. St Johnston and Rotards, I didn't notice that. Are going side by side, or are they? I don't know. The lag. Jack Play Shop has left the session. So Jack might be able to reclaim that position. After all, as St Johnston has killed Rotards. And Rotards with 2 laps to go. Still in 4th. And can still get that 4th place because the other two being so far behind. But Jack Please Shut Up's ghost car is about to try and overtake Rotards. So this is interesting. So we're left with 7. The most interesting battle is if can Jack catch this ghost car. Da, da, da. Fact is, does Rotar doesn't really need to pit. He can carry on and still get that 4th place. And I think he knows. As he carries on. With no front wing. Because he's pulling away from Jack's ghost car. I think Jack Please Shut Up could still claim fit. Oh no, he comes into the pit, so that's the end of that. He's coming last. There's sorry Frandy mate, you have won the race. I mean, we haven't spoke about you too much after lap back 7 or 8, but you've absolutely dominated. You've romped it. But obviously Fap Alex will be back next week and he will absolutely hammer everybody again, as Jensen finishes and could have got Jack Please Shut Up but didn't because he was a lap down. So Jack doesn't come last. Chopper 43 seconds off the pace. Frandy will come home in 2nd place. St Johnston worked his way back into 3rd, should have been 2nd, but he made so many mistakes. Rotards with no front wing will come in 4th. Jack will be in 5th unless a disaster happens. I thought as Mr. Aldo has lost it in the castle section on the last lap. So Jack comes across the line now. And that is 5th. Jack Please Shut Up's ghost car. The Jack Please Shut Up's ghost car will come home in 6th place as he overtook Aldo on the last lap when he crashed it in the castle section. So well done to his ghost car. And Mr. Aldo. Aldo. On last lap binned it in the castle section to come home in 7th. But 11 didn't finish. So it was a typical Baku. And Chopper Thingy had a DRS failure, interestingly enough. I didn't know I could have a scoreboard failure, but that happened. as we had 8 finishes, well 7 really, minus the ghost cars. It was quite an interesting race to be fair, but the arguments will rage on in the chat, especially for me, as we had a few issues tonight. But yeah, I hope all you guys enjoyed. We had a max of 10 viewers today, which was pretty impressive. So thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Oh, by the way, we did have a fastest lap of a 1:08. At some point, well, a 1:11 now. Yeah, I don't think Tatey's watching, to be honest. But anyway, I'm gonna go off. I'm Nene Food 7, and I've got to now deal with all the arguments. Goodbye.